I was not ready for a caregiver at 48 years old. I realized that my wife's well was dry and past dry. I don't want to say she's no good to me. That's a terrible term to use, but she's no assistance to me when she's trying to pour into me, but her well is dry. So now my priority is making sure that she's rested, she's visited her girlfriends, she's doing whatever, because when she is at her best, feeling good, our relationship is much better. She has more to give to me, and I'm much more empathetic to say, go out and do that, because not selfishly, because you'll be better for me, but I like seeing you happy. So, if anything, when it comes to caregiving, I've always said what mental health was 20 or 30 years ago, nobody talked about it, kind of a closet sickness. You never said the word depression. Caregiver burnout is that today. People, one in five, are caring for a loved one in America, whether they want to or not, in an unpaid situation. And I know it splits families. I know it causes angst. But the best thing is two things. I've said honesty, transparency, but thirdly, it's having the conversation before the crisis. So talking about what this could look like and what it may look like before it actually happens is so much better than just responding to, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with these two? Or what am I going to do with him? You've already kind of started to lay plans down ahead of time. So don't avoid conversations that sooner or later are going to hit home.
I love that so
Yeah.
much. I know because of the trauma I went through as a child that my first instinct is to run.
Yeah, me too.
And I call it the neurobiology of hope. Psychologically, when we have hope, we can do so much. But I love your idea of thinking of what we can do to fill another's cup.
Mm.
And sometimes when that's hard to do,
Yeah,
when
easier said than done for sure.
right, if we're stuck in the trauma, um, and we can't think about that being in that thriving place. But when we are feeling thriving and we can find a way of filling another, our spouse, I'm speaking specifically because I'm always thinking about how to help the children, and children are very needy. You know, they don't understand. I'm constantly telling them that they should be more appreciative, that they should be more thankful for all the things they have when they're being rude or bratty or whatever things kids do. But talking just about partnership, thinking about how we can fill them when they're dry, because we are always both in those places at various times.
Yeah, I can honestly say thriving where life finds you is a choice, because even when we don't think there's an option, there is. Sometimes we are unwilling to let go of something that we're holding onto so tight because we think we're the best at it or we have the answer for it. Therefore, it must be that way. But I know that God created us. And if you're not religious or whatever, but I know we are made in a way that the world will not end if we let go of certain things, because the more important principle is we need to be healthy first before our kids are ever going to be blessed. If we are always angry, tired, burnt out, that's going to foster resentment later on down the road. They're going to just look at his grumpy parents that didn't want nothing to do with me. We need to, it's not selfish. And Julie would say this, and I wish she was here. She'd say, she had to learn it's not selfish to say no or not at this time, but in a minute, or can we look at this after, or is that an emergency that needs to be taken care of right now? It was just reframing our thinking, and again, honest, being completely transparent and knowing that the world will not fall apart if you fail to do X. There are others. There's always a way. God didn't design us in a way that, we're going to instantly crash and burn